Tansei, hello. Eagle Heart Woman here with you again. And of course, looking over my shoulder is my great grandmother, Victoria Calahoo, a medicine woman. And I do believe that I try to emulate her and I do ask for wisdom whenever I speak to the Creator and whenever I affirm that I am doing good in this world. So today I would like to start off with smudging again, and I'm going to use cedar because it is such a beautiful, beautiful smell. So I am going to smudge you in just a second here. I'll just get the smoke going. So I smudge you, my viewers, right here and right now. I ask Creator, I affirm for you abundance, health, love, prosperity, and all happiness. And I affirm that you do not settle for anything less than what you are worth. So know that you are worth more than you know, and live it and profess that it is in your life now and that you are the person that you want to be. I welcome boundless energy for you, blessings, and I ask that you are aligned with your purpose in this life and that you're feeling worthwhile and content and safe and absolutely comfortable in your skin as you commence on this earth walk. And so for all of these blessings, for all of this goodness that I set off toward you, there is no time. Feel the blessings around you. Feel yourself as you're in the light, as you're in a beautiful golden light right here and right now. And bless yourself. Bless yourself. There's no one else like you in all of creation. It's not egotistical. Love yourself. Valentine's Day is coming, and it's not about loving other people. It is, of course, it is, as romance is shared around the world, but it's also loving yourself, wanting the best for yourself, and being your own best friend. So I have a special edition of Eagle Heart Manifestation for Valentine's Day, and that is in 3 more days, I believe. So we'll get to that on Friday. So feeling blessed, feeling better than you have for quite some time, come back to me in this video, and I would like to begin with a story. And this is a beautiful story from, and I've shown this to you before. It's not from my book this time, but it's called, and that'll be backwards, but it's the world we used to live in. And it's all medicine stories that were collected by usually non-Indigenous people, people in positions of authority, fur trade factors, judges, priests, even though the priests often thought that it was the devil at work, that is unfortunate. But I'd just like to share this beautiful story with you to again let you know that this world is magical. It's not finite. It is absolutely malleable, and you can bend it and play with it and have fun. So this is a story of how a Pueblo medicine man could make eagle feathers dance. And I've been to the Pueblos. They are down in North America. They're down in the United States near Arizona and in New Mexico. These people live in the desert. The Hopi people have amazing prophecies for the world. They predicted the big flood. They say that this next world will end at some point and fire will have something to do with it, or maybe it's just the light of all of us ascending. Let's hope that's what their prophecy is, or their vision. So the members of the medicine man's tribe gather in a circle around a fire in the center of the floor in a Pueblo dwelling, or kiva, which is an underground temple. And after preliminary prayers and medicine wording, accompanied by chants which recite the glories of the tribe and the abilities of the medicine people who are also gathered, when the emotions of the audience have been worked up to a sufficient degree, the main medicine man takes from within his chest, within his bosom, within the clothing, a bunch of eagle feathers and sticks the quill ends into the clay floor of the kiva so that they stand upright. So yes, a kiva is an underground dugout temple that so many of the Pueblo people conduct their ceremonies in. In fact, when I was there in Hotavilla in Arizona, they had just planted their bean seeds, because you can imagine they're living in sandy desert-like conditions. They have hardly any water to water their crops with, and they grow corn and beans and squash. So they had just planted the beans that would sprout inside the kiva, inside the darkness, with prayers and affirmations that these plants grow and provide an abundance of food. So you see how they are using their minds, they're using their words and their power to already see these plants flourishing and growing huge. And they actually use very little water to help them to grow. So you can see the feathers at this point are standing upright with the quills in the clay floor. Then, with their eyes fastened upon them and with many, many dance moves, the main priest and his helpers, they dance, they sing, and they clap their hands until all at once the feathers begin to move and dance amongst the people upon the floor for 5 or 10 minutes or even longer, moved by an invisible power, changing places, circling around one another, and for all the world looking like puppets. But there is no connection between the hands of the medicine man and the feathers. At least no one has ever been able to detect such a thing. And apparently this ceremony, probably back in the 1800s and early 1900s, it was actually seen by a lot of people, by army officers, traders, missionaries, and visiting scientists. And even though they tried, the scientific people, the non-Indigenous people, could not figure out how these feathers were made to dance. So it's a magical world. And that's a story of Indigenous people who are able to animate things, and how important the audience was in this story to be positive about themselves and to affirm that these feathers would indeed dance as this feather might someday. Now, moving along, I'd like to talk about, I had a question actually from someone who said, can I manifest more than one thing at a time? And to them, I say, yes, if you can handle, if your mind can focus on, say, abundance, a huge monetary windfall, and attracting a special person. In fact, sharing your windfall with a special purpose, then there is absolutely no reason why you can't do that. And at the same time, I'm going to say the sky is the limit. Don't limit yourself to whatever you're asking for. The universe is so abundant, it will do cartwheels and somersaults to help you be as abundant as you can possibly be. So, just as you can look around this world and see that Creator did not give us one type of flower, there are thousands of flowers upon this earth, not one type of butterfly. There are so many species amongst the countries on this planet, and trees and grass and so many things. I think the universe is just showing us how abundant it can be. And in the spirit world, I've been told by my elders that whenever you think of something, when you are astral traveling over there, it actually appears right away. There is just no end to what you create with your mind, with Sugisawin, with your thought. Everything begins with thought and the emotion that goes with that thought. So on the other side, it's actually spontaneous or quick. So you could think of yourself at the top of the Eiffel Tower and you'd be there. So, in many ways, since most of us are not used to manifesting, it's good that we have the lag time that we do here in the physical world, or who knows what would be popping up all over the place. At least we have some time for it to manifest and not be all in front of us. Like you would not water a plant with a huge fire hose. You just take it nice and easy and let time pass. Which brings me to another point. If you're about to give up and saying that this doesn't work, you're frustrated, your ego is getting in the way, saying, I should have manifested this by now, keep going until it appears in your life. Keep going, akamemo. Continue to fall asleep with the wish fulfilled and wake up in gratitude for a beautiful sleep and thank it for coming to you today. And it can't help but not come to you. It is law. It is the law of attraction. When you're vibrating at the same rate as the thing that you want is vibrating, it must come to you. It's pure magnetism. And another thing I wanted to talk about, I'll just touch on it, is the way that you speak to this abundant universe. Do always use positive words. So, those signs that were out back in the 20 years ago about don't drink and drive. What the subconscious mind hears is the first active verb in that sentence. So it actually hears drink and drive. It doesn't hear the smaller words in between. So if you were to say something like, I don't want to be so slow, it would hear don't and slow. What you want to say is, I am fast. I am energetic. Never use any of the subject words that are in the negative form. I am rich, as opposed to I am not poor. Always use the positive affirmation of that. So I'd like to leave that here today and let you think upon what I've said. Speak to the universe with positive words. Never limit yourself and don't settle for less. You are worth so much more. And you just need to get out of the habit of being yourself and going along and putting up with everything. You can create better circumstances for yourself. Do not base your success or that you will always be in these present conditions. Very, very malleable, as I say, and start to change them with your strong, strong mind. And always, I hope for you, I wish for you, I bless you with abundance and the highest, highest energy possible coming toward you, and that you do find your highest purpose here on earth. Kinan Skomatin, hi, thanks for listening, and we'll see you again. Hey, Tanse, hello. If you're enjoying these videos that have to do with Eagle Heart manifestation, I would love it if you would subscribe and like them so that I can do even more on my podcasts.